So?
All of his
What now?
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This is what I'm gonna do. I know you guys want to turn off the machine, so that's what I'm gonna do.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused.
Mom made pancakes.
What are you
In
doing
someone
here?
else utterly blind to the world?
Why did you turn on the deep voice? Because I wanted to get out of my room.
Ow!
Commanded from this
Oh, you can stay here.
And as the again, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, so we're turning on the machine this time, and we're gonna see what happens. We already turned it off, and we're free. Yay! Whatever. Let's turn it on. Let's see if we just restart or whatever.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yes.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yeah. Actually.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do, for example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent. Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
Oh God, I'm gone.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story
gone.
now.
Bye.
Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy
is
it.
there a way to turn it
Mere
off?
moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
I don't know what to do.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them.
Huh?
I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
Why?
I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing.
How?
Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
Trying to get out of
My
here, dude.
goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Is that a door?
These are precious additional seconds.
Oh, thank you.
Time doesn't grow on trees.
I'm gone.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what
Yes.
you're supposed to be doing right now?
It is.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
I mean,
Look at you.
logically.
Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Where's the backup power?
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Well, that's messed up.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds
Goodbye,
you have left to
employee.
struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown.
Just accept my death.
Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice.
I don't know. I'm gonna die anyway.
Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke.
Oh, ha.
And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Seriously, is my acting really bad?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well, that was 2 endings. Let's do one more. Okay, listen, I can explain. So, this is the Ultra Deluxe, meaning there's a lot of new content and stuff like that. Here, there. But I'm just gonna keep on passing that door so I can just do the part 1 endings. So, bye. Peace out. Don't need you.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So we turn off the machine, and we turn on the machine. There's no more endings upstairs, I don't think. I think there's an ending when I go downstairs. This is gonna be the left door endings. Just the left door endings, and that's it for this video.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Sorry, going downstairs. I don't want to, Stanley. I want to sit down here. Okay, what's that? Someone made a letter. Hello.
I smell pain.
What the heck, dude? What was that? That jump scared me so badly, dude. I was reading a letter and you just came out of nowhere. I didn't know what was gonna happen, Eric. You suck. Firehouse. What the heck, dude?
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Because I was
Why
fat.
did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Yeah.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the word
dead.
for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
Maybe.
How could it be?
It has to.
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
It's a dream.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Right.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back.
Smart thing to do.
The fresh air of a world outside this one.
Just try to wake yourself
Let
back
me
up.
wake up, he thought to himself.
Please.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
That wife?
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Wake up. Just wake up.
I am okay.
We're waking up.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named...
Eric, I am making a video. Can you stop, please? Look at this. You see that? This is what I have to deal with every day. Get that thing out of...
He's your new roommate. The cat, too.
At least the cat makes sense.
Mariella.
Story of a woman named Mariella.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
And you're not gonna help me?
She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Maybe call the police! Just, dude, I'm dead. Like, You're just gonna leave me sitting there? And what about the other people? You know, the people that just walk by because it looks like New York City or a downtown area. Someone had to be walking by like, yeah, I saw him. I really didn't care. I got a job to attend. Peace. Aliens. That's different. Mars, I love you. Sometimes you pro people a lot. So, that was all the left door endings I could attend to. Maybe I get to the broom closet for the next video, but that was Stanley Parable. Confusing, weird, a lot of creepy things happening. But hey, if you want to see more of this, let me know in the comments. Like I said earlier in this video. What are you doing? Trying to break out? I'll let you out in a second. Don't get your arms stuck. Nut. Anyway, if you want to see more of this, please leave a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what other game you want me to play. If you want me to play more of this, just say that. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.